Robert Budges. I'm from Chesterton, Indiana. My parish is St. Patrick's. In high school, I was kind of good at a lot of different things, and I didn't know what I wanted to do, so I took a few years out of college, and it was then that the Lord kind of called me to follow Him more, and then seminary was just kind of presented to me. There was a new priest at my parish who he was newly ordained, and seeing a young priest was something inspiring to me that I was like, I could do that, and he kind of saw something in me too, and kind of put me under his wing in a sense.
Okay, so my name is Colin Van Wardenberg. So I'm from All Saints Parish in San Pierre, Stark County. I take pride in the fact that it's the second smallest parish in the diocese and as far south as you can get. When I was about 6, I was going to Catholic school, and I remember watching the priest at my Catholic school, St. Edward's in Lowell at the time, saying Mass. We went every Wednesday, and I was going home, and my mom asked me, just out of the blue, Colin, what do you think you're gonna do when you grow up? And I said, well, I either want to be a priest, or if I could do both, I want to be a priest and I want to be a train conductor. And she said, well, I don't think you can be both. And I said, well, I want to be a priest. And by God's grace, it just kind of stayed with me for the whole way through high school. Never dated, never looked at anything else, just applied to the seminary and ended up there.
Ivan Alatori. I'm from St. Joseph the Worker Parish in Gary. Since entering seminary, I've had many great experiences, but one of my most favorite experiences is getting to witness the ordination of my brother seminarians and getting to serve the ordination, just because I get to I've walked with them over the course of many years and seeing their growth, their joys and their struggles as well. But then getting to see how they give their life to Christ in their ordination. Also getting to serve for Bishop McClory's Episcopal ordination was a great experience that I got to witness in my seminary formation.
My name is Alexander Corus. My parish is St. Patrick's in Chesterton, but I'm actually from LaPorte, Indiana. My favorite saint would have to be St. Catherine of Siena, and the reason for that is my seminary class went to Italy this past May. And during that time, I was able to visit the places that St. Catherine of Siena is kept, both in Siena and in Rome. And what's so special with her is that my devotion that I got to know about her through a biography as of recent, her desire, her just overall life devoted to Christ is something that, yes, a lot of the saints usually do, but specifically for her, how much she gave up her life for Christ is exactly what St. John the Baptist said in the scriptures. He must increase and I must decrease. And I believe St. Catherine of Siena did that exact thing.
Ryan Pierce. So I'm a parishioner at St. Mary in Crown Point. Yeah, one of my favorite experiences in seminary would be me and about 10 other seminarians did what was called the Murph Challenge. And that was, so after dinner and after school one day, the Murph Challenge is you run a mile, then do 300 push-ups, 300 squats, 200 push-ups, and 100 pull-ups, then you go run a mile again. So that was a crazy workout that we did with about 10 other seminarians, and it was a great time of just fraternity and a time of walking together. Kind of a great analogy to the walk to holiness that we were pushing each other. Even though we all wanted to stop, we kept going, and it was a really awesome experience.
My name is Stephen Carraher. So my parish is St. Thomas More in Munster, Indiana. My favorite part of the day at seminary has got to be my holy hour, which for me happens at the very beginning of the day. I wake up, brush my teeth, go to my holy hour. And it's just a time where my mind is like totally fresh. I'm not really thinking about the classwork of the day. I'm not thinking about what I have to get done. It's just a really intimate time of prayer with the Lord, which has been so necessary for my time in seminary, just to spend that time away from work, away from the busyness, and just being with the Lord. Just being with the Lord, because that's really what is needed for journeying towards the priesthood, because the priesthood can't be done if it's not done with the Lord. So going to that holy hour every day just continually grounds me in just that realization that I need God I need God every single day, and I need to have that space for Him in my heart to accept Him and to receive Him.
Hello, my name is Leo Marcotte. I'm from Crown Point, Indiana, and my original parish is St. Mary's in Crown Point. My favorite experience has probably been how much closer I've grown closer towards Christ. My prayer life has really just exceeded any expectation I could have had. So it's just been really nice having that nice kind of structured program of prayer and being able to get closer to our Lord.
My name is William O'Donnell. I am from Our Lady of Consolation Parish in Maryville, Indiana. My favorite saint, and probably the saint that I'm most close with, is St. Maximilian Kolbe. And the reason for that is because when I was asked to choose a saint for confirmation, I know that a lot of people kind of choose based off of like who they're most related to. But I wanted a saint that I wanted to look up to as a model. And at that time, when we were getting ready for the sacrament of confirmation, I remember that, well, for one, he's Polish, and a lot of my family heritage is from Poland. So I was very kind of drawn to him in that sense. But two, I just really liked his sacrificial heart and his love for Mary. Like, that's something that I really just desired as like a son of the beloved Father. But also a son of Mary. I wanted to seek to do her will in every case possible, which Maximilian Kolbe did. And also I was really inspired by how he gave his life for a stranger in Auschwitz, just a very dark time in the world. And so through him, a lot of people gained just a lot of hope in the church, hope in Jesus Christ during such a dark and distressful time.
My name is Nicholas Emsing, and I am from St. John Bosco Parish in Hammond, Indiana. My favorite experience since I've entered seminary has probably been the retreats and the communal events that I've participated in with both the seminarians from school and the seminarians from the Diocese of Gary, because they are really opportunities to grow in community and brotherhood, and a great opportunity for iron to sharpen iron.
Hello everyone, my name is Deacon Robert Ross from St. Stephen the Martyr Parish in Maryville. It's hard to pick a favorite saint, but I think I'd have to go with St. John of the Cross. It's not a usual pick, but one of my favorite saints actually is St. Therese of Lisieux, and I just think there'd be no St. Therese of Lisieux without St. John of the Cross's writings and his poetry.
My name is Gianni DeTola. I'm from St. John the Evangelist in St. John, Indiana. So ever since I was a young boy, I kind of had this idea of what it would be like to be a priest. And I think a lot of young men raised in the Catholic Church have similar thoughts. Throughout high school, I quickly dismissed this idea and thought it was just not for me. I had a place in the world somewhere else, working at a big company or making lots of money, traveling, doing all these things. And slowly as I started to grow, especially my first year in college, I took time to prayerfully discern whether or not I was really on the right path. And the more I did, the more I realized that God may be calling me to this position to serve His people through holy orders and to take on, as I mentioned earlier, this role of St. John Vianney in serving those who need service most.
Hi, my name is Zach Glick. My home parish is Our Lady of Grace in Highland, Indiana. One fun fact about me is that I'm a co-sponsored seminarian with the Archdiocese for the Military Services, and so God willing, I'll be serving as a military chaplain in the Air Force. So in college, I was in Air Force ROTC, and after finishing college, I commissioned as a second lieutenant in the Air Force. I went through basic training and everything while I was in college. And then since then, I've done 3 summer internship tours at Air Force bases where I've shadowed the military chaplains, and we've done invocations and various activities at the chapel on the military base. This does not mean that I'm leaving the Diocese of Gary. I'll be serving in the military for a short number of years, starting 3 years after I'm ordained a priest.
My name is Ethan Vineyard, and my home parish is St. Teresa of Avila in Valparaiso. My favorite experience since entering seminary has been the silent retreat that we go on at the beginning of our second semester. Second semester can sort of be a lot. It's a lot busier than the first, it seems, so it's very beautiful to enter all of the chaos with great silence and peace.